Type Podcast. Here we go. Hello, around the block and around the world. This is where we discuss, debate, and deliberate all things diabetes. Representing type 2 from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. My name is Dobie Maxwell. Representing type 1 proudly, the vivacious, effervescent, always in the know from just north of Hollywood, California. Sami Parker. Hey, Sami.
Oh, hey, Dobie. Wow, you made me sound cooler by saying I'm close to
You
Hollywood.
are the coolest, but I got to say, we've had guests from around the world, from other continents than North America where we live. But today, I'm going home. Not one, not two, three lovely ladies from my hometown, actually right outside my hometown, Elm Grove, Wisconsin. I'll let you introduce them because I am thrilled to have them on the show today.
All right, I'm super excited, and I'm hopefully going to say your guys' last name right. Krueger, correct?
Krieger.
Krieger?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew that. Sorry about that. That's a German, that's a Milwaukee thing, Sam. You should have asked me about that. I would have known Krieger. I'm sorry.
Everybody does it.
It's okay. Well, we have the Krueger family on, and we're stoked because they all have diabetes, which makes it a diabetic dynasty.
Well, it's Freddy Krueger in the movies. It's Krieger in Wisconsin. So I didn't know that. So go ahead.
Okay, well, welcome. Can you guys each introduce yourselves? We have three of them on because I know people can't see, so just envision.
Yes, so I'm Bella. I'm 21. I am the fifth of us Kriegers. There's actually 8 children in our family.
That's a lot of Kriegers going on there.
I'm Maddie, and I'm 26, and I was diagnosed at age 4.
I'm Sophia, and I'm 12, and I was diagnosed when I was 8.
Wow.
You're 8. Well, now we've had so many guests on. I don't think we've ever had siblings on before. So this is a fascinating thing. So we're going to treat you like freaks.
How about you guys guess our age now? This is fun.
I feel like you have to be pretty close. 20. I'm thinking like 23 for you, Sami.
You're close. 22.
Okay.
Dobie's 30.
I'm so old. I have a comma in my head.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's just turned 29 recently.
My left half, but thank you. Whenever I see pretty girls like you, I always say, "Hey, you're gorgeous. Is your mom single?" Because you got the good genetics going on. You know?
Not talking to you, but what does your mom look like? Okay, so I'm curious how all of you guys got diagnosed, and I'm sure everybody listening is like, "Wait, what?" Because there's 4 of you guys total that have it in the family?
6.
Who's the other 3?
We have 2 boys that have it too. They haven't gotten their debut on social media, but we kind of steal the spotlight from them. But we also have 2 brothers who have type 1.
So 6 out of the 8 children.
Yep.
That sucks for the other 2.
I know. That's what I
Guys, let's do a pod change. Oh, not you.
Yeah, everyone, not you. You don't
Sorry, not you. Not today.
No, actually, like I think you do feel left out.
I think so too.
Yeah. Like
your parents have to be saints. Are they diabetic too?
No,
our grandpa was, but not our parents.
Wait, they're not diabetic, but 6 of you are.
Yes, and none of our cousins are.
We had a diabetic dog too.
I know a diabetic dog. It's so fun. It has diabetes, right?
Yeah. He passed away in May. Oh.
Please don't take this the wrong way, but no offense. If I'm a dad and my second child has diabetes, I'm adopting from then on. No offense.
Dobie!
Not that I don't love you. I'm talking about from an expense point of view. I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Okay, so who was diagnosed first? I know I should have done this with my math in my head, but honestly, my brain just isn't working that way. So who got diagnosed first?
Yeah. Well, first it was the first diagnosed was our second oldest brother, Ben. He was diagnosed when he was like, I want to say 6 or 7. And that was, I mean, the way my mom tells the story is kind of just like very similar to other diagnosis stories. Like he started wetting the bed. Like he got really just kind of like
dehydrated.
Yeah. Like my mom could tell something was up because my mom was also a nurse. So she kind of like just knew something was up, brought him in and like got the diagnosis. And then you and Nick next. Yeah. I don't know. You want to tell us?
Yeah. And then me and Nick, I was first. And then a few months later, Nick was diagnosed as well. And we were only on insulin for a short time. So we were on insulin for a few months until both of our bodies went into the honeymoon phase. And then I ended up not going back on insulin until I was age 10. Whoa. And Nick ended up going back on insulin, I think, when he was 16.
Yeah, 17.
Or 17, yeah.
Yeah.
we were both in the honeymoon phase for a long time. So I think our like diabetes are kind of similar in a way.
Yeah. And that's
Wow.
usually everyone's reaction. They're like, how?
Yeah, how'd you like go? Yeah. Because you were diagnosed at how old?
I was diagnosed, I was 4.
Yeah. They were 3 and 4.
I was 3.
Yeah.
I was 4, Nick was 3.
Yeah. And my mom, because I talked about this one time and like the amount of questions we got was like insane. So I like sat down and was like, can you break this down for me, Mom? Like what actually happened? Because she said that like she ended up taking them in the doctor and had just found a study that was saying like there had just recently been a study released that like holding back on giving children like insulin right away and like medication, like withdrawing insulin and like slowly stopping giving it to them had been working, and kids had been like going into these insane honeymoon phases for a while. And she brought it to the doctor, and the doctor was like, you're crazy. Like, if you stop giving your kid insulin, like, they're going to die. Yeah. And they almost called, like, they threatened to call CPS and my mom, and they were like, you can't do this. Like, you need to give your children, like, insulin. Because I think she switched over to giving you guys Lantus.
Yeah. And then we were getting low. And then my mom just slowly stopped giving it to us, and our A1Cs and our sugars were perfect.
And then
that's crazy.
Yeah. And then it was like when I started need insulin again when I was 10, it was almost like I was like re-diagnosed because like for so long, so many years I didn't need insulin.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then who got diagnosed next? Bella?
So no, because then it must have been Anna. Yeah. So then it must have been Anna. So Anna's 17 now, and she got diagnosed when she was 6 in first grade, and I was still not diagnosed yet. She got diagnosed before me. Okay. And hers was kind of like a similar situation. Like with Ben, she got diagnosed 6, 7, had just the symptoms. Like my mom kind of just by this point was like, I know what the symptoms are. I know what to look for. Like, so then she got diagnosed and was just like full blown diabetic. Like no honeymoon, like at all. And then was it me or you? Oh, okay. And then, because then Anna got diagnosed, Nick got re-diagnosed. And then I got diagnosed for my first time at 15. Like never had, like it was just, what was so crazy is like all my life I'd been like, oh, like I'm going to make it. Like I haven't got my diagnosis. Like once I was like 10, I was like, I don't have diabetes.
Yeah, you think you're in the clear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I even got my antibodies tested because I got really sick my sophomore year of high school, like just like super weird sicknesses, like just did not feel right. And I got my antibodies tested and they were like, you are not going to get diabetes. Like they literally called me and they were like, you have a 13% chance of getting diabetes. And I was like, that's so crazy because I am actually in the doctor's office getting my diagnosis.
You're like, so thank you.
Yeah, I was like,
that's wild. Yeah, because I remember when I was diagnosed, they thought like, oh, my mom thought, oh, she's like 10, like she's past 10 now, it's fine. And then I was like 12 going on 13, and then it was like, bam, bomb dropped. I was like, oh,
because like, a lot of people I hear like it's like they're diagnosed a lot earlier, so like, I never expected it.
And the little Miss Sophia got diagnosed.
Yes, our little baby of the family.
Yeah.
Now, how did you feel now knowing all your older siblings had it? Did you expect to get it? Were you surprised? Were you afraid? I mean, obviously you knew about it. What happened? How did you feel when you got diagnosed?
It was like a little scary at first because like I just thought like I wasn't gonna get it, like because I was already like 8, and then we were actually on like vacation, and like I just started getting like all the symptoms again, and it would just like my mom knew it was diabetes from there because she would like test my blood sugar and it would be like 300 and like really high.
So did she start giving you insulin or no?
Yeah, she did.
I think she called the doctor and they figured it out.
If there's any mom in America that have a premonition, it would be yours. No offense. I mean, she's got that pattern down by now. It's like, Sophia, you got.
Were the doctors like, we need to test you guys to see why?
No, like, I mean, we've gotten testing done. Like so a while back, I don't even remember it. Like it was when you guys had all gotten diagnosed.
Yeah.
They went down to Chicago and did testing. I don't remember what it was for. It clearly hasn't, like, we didn't, whatever information we got from it wasn't very significant. And then from there, like, me and Nick got our antibodies tested. Yeah. Just to see, like, what was going on before we both kind of, like, got diagnosed again. Mm-hmm. But then we both got diagnosed again, and it was like, that's that.
That's so like it's so crazy to me. Because
Yeah.
I mean, my sister, I tried to get her to do the test where like you find out before, like you guys said, and she's getting married next year. And so to me, I'm like, heck yeah, you take that and you like prolong it. And she's like, no, like I don't want to find out. I'm getting married. I'm like, you want to find out so you can prolong it. And we're just like arguing about it. She's like, no, I don't. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so different. I would be like, give me the test. I need to know.
Right.
But
no, that's what I finally was, just because I was like, I want to know. I need to just know. I'm glad that I didn't figure that out though, like earlier. Like I'm glad, like it sucked that it was the same, but it was just so ironic that it was the same day I got diagnosed. But if I had been like clinging to that, like the doctors told me 13%, and then all of a sudden I was there, I would have been so much more frustrated. Like, I would have been like, how?
So which siblings don't have it then?
Our oldest brother, Chris, and then our youngest brother, Harrison.
And is he the youngest in the family, or so for you the youngest?
I'm the youngest.
Okay.
He's the second.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we kind of have a joke that we're just like waiting for his diagnosis.
I mean,
yeah.
Not trying to jinx it here, but
I bet you like, and he will not check his sugar. Like he will not.
Yeah, he's like terrified. He won't talk about it.
No.
He's really scared.
Yeah, you find that a lot funnier than he does.
We're like out to dinner and we'll be out to dinner and he like goes to the bathroom twice and we're all like, diabetes.
Oh my God. Whenever people like will text me because they'll be telling me how they're going to the bathroom at night and they go, I think I have diabetes. I'm like, what are your symptoms? I keep peeing, Samantha, and I've been really hungry. And then I'm like, are you sure you just don't see the pantry and are getting hungry? Because
the amount of people who actually do that, it's like so funny. The amount of friends I've had that have been like, can you just like check my blood sugar? Like, can you just tell like so I can know?
Yeah.
Like,
or when they say, I've been gaining weight. I'm like, and there is, I guess, a couple people that have gained weight, but that's very rare. And I'm like, you would probably be losing.
Yeah, I feel like that's what we all experience.
Yeah.
Like, especially, I remember like mom always said like Ben lost a bunch of weight. Like that was one of the biggest, like even as a kid.
Yeah. Right.
Back, so keep up. Go ahead. You want to bring back or me?
Dobie, do you want to hop in?
I'll hop in, yeah.
You can bring it in.
Great. Okay.
Whenever you want.
Great. 3, 2, 1. So I have a question for you. Now, holiday meals are coming up, and you're all different ages. I'm sure your mom and dad are used to it by now. They cook a diabetic-friendly diet, I would think. Or please tell us about your diet, your exercise, your lifestyle. When your parents don't have it, and so many siblings do, it's so fascinating, and we want to know how you do it.
I would say the biggest thing our parents have done and like taught us with our diagnosis has been like not restricting ourselves on what we eat, but always just medicating for it. Like if you want to go and eat that, and even if you know it's going to make your blood sugar really high, like that's fine. It's on you, but you better just dose for it first. I think our parents have done a really good job, especially with like having 4 girls that are diagnosed all through like puberty and like everything.
Stay tuned. We're having a menstrual cycle episode coming out where I tell Dobie about the phases.
But like going through middle school and high school, like having to deal with like body images and already eating stuff, like it was like very, I think, crucial for our personalities and the way we worked to not be restricted, because it was like if we had been like I saw this video the other day of this girl talking about when she got diagnosed and she came home and she really wanted a hot dog and her mom had cut the bread in fourths, like so she took the top of the hot dog bun, cut that in half and gave her that with the hot dog. And I literally was like, the girl said she cried for like a day. And I was like, I would have too. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, because it's one thing if it's like on you. Like, if you're like, I want to do this, that's great.
Right.
But if it's your parent being like, there's an episode me and Dobie recorded that'll be coming out, but it's on about basically like, it's called Parents Listen Up, because I think some parents get a little controlling. Yeah. And I'm like, you can't say like, no, you're not eating that.
Right.
Maybe if they're 600, then probably not. But probably like, otherwise, you're not going to control them.
Right. And it's like, I think it also allowed us to be able to like take that into our own hands. Like once we were old enough, like it was like, okay, well now I know if I don't eat all this, like if I don't eat like crap, I know that my sugars will be better. And it's a lot easier for me to make them better when I eat well. Like, so I think it was good. And it's definitely like something that definitely depends on like the family, but that's just like what has worked so good for us.
And we were always taught, like our parents always had like a open mind on diabetes, and like we kind of all like took control and we're like just taught to like be independent and like they were there to like support us and help us, but like we kind of like figured out like what we needed to do, and like which was good in a way. Then we knew like, oh, our blood sugars are high, like this is how we feel. And it wasn't like our parents, well, they were, but not always like being like, oh, you're high, like how do you feel? It's like we kind of learned on our own, and that kind of like really helped me now to have like better control over my diabetes.
So how that makes sense. How like are you guys all on insulin pumps? Are you on injections?
I pictured like going past their house and seeing a 55-gallon drum of insulin in their front yard with a big pump on it.
We have like this giant Sharps container that I love to like throw in a Tik Tok every once in a while because people are always like, what?
That's funny.
But I'm on the Omnipod.
Okay.
And then me and Maddie are both on the Tandem.
And our sister Anna too.
Yeah.
And then we all 6 of us have the Dexcom.
And then the boys do injections.
Okay. I do injections, but I have a Dexcom.
Okay.
I have a Libre on because my Dexcom failed and I didn't have another one, so I did like a replacement sensor. But right now I'm wearing the Libre and I'm like, this is weird.
Oh yeah.
I tried it. I tried it when that was the first CGM I ever tried, and I really wanted to go to summer camp when I got diagnosed, and the doctor literally was like, you're not going unless we can like see your blood sugars. Like we don't trust you. Like, so then I literally got a Libre, and I remember like it was like one of the first like prototype, like this was like almost 6 years ago. And it was like I didn't use like skin tack or like wipe it down, didn't do anything. Like I just put it on, and it was like by the end of like the 10 days, like I had it like duct taped on my arm. I was like,
mine's almost about to fall off, and I've had it for like 3 days on. I'm like, oh,
and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But I switched to the Omnipod, I want to say like very early on, but I switch back and forth. I do a lot of pump breaks.
I mean, I couldn't do it, so that's why I went off my pump, because I was like, I need to be free.
Yeah, and that's what I really love Omnipod. It still like allows me like the feeling of being free, which is like I told myself like I'm never getting a pump, like I will never do it. But then once I found out about Omnipod, I was like, well, this is easier because like when I'm at dinner and I'm like, oh, where's my insulin pen at home on the counter? Like at least with Omnipod, it kind of keeps me more like organized. But I still like my blood sugars or my diabetes is so interesting. Like I feel like some days I need so much insulin, and then the next day like it's like, I don't need anything.
Yeah.
So, I have a question for you, if you don't mind me interrupting here from a type 2 point of view. I mean, endocrinologist is something we did an episode about that. Parents can be sometimes helpful, sometimes a pain. Sorry to say, they can. Endocrinologists too. Now, you guys, I would think like a teacher. If they have one sibling, they know all of you. Did you find a good one? Did you go through a few? How did that process work for you?
We have I've been seeing a doctor here in Milwaukee she actually took me as a young patient. So she took me, I think I was like, what was I, either 13 or 14. And then all of us started going there. But the younger kids, I know Sophia and Anna just switched to the one here in Milwaukee, but Sophia's treats at Madison.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did treat at Madison.
If you're just listening, Madison's about an hour from Milwaukee, and Milwaukee's about 90 miles from Chicago. Just if you're listening. I know this, but I want to make sure our listeners all know that.
Yeah.
Right.
And so the endocrinologist we all see now, she's like absolutely amazing. She's very like understanding, and she just totally gets it. And so is our nurse too.
I love our nurse. Our nurse is so awesome. I'll like call her I'll have like just to tell her diabetes stuff.
Does she have diabetes herself?
No, she doesn't.
Okay.
But she like totally just is so awesome.
Yeah. Like very understanding and supportive. And when I go there, it's like never like I used to think like when I was younger, it was like almost like so overwhelming every appointment because like, oh, you need to change this, you need to change this. I'm like, I can't do that. Like I cannot do that. Like I'm not going to change 10 things after one appointment. Like I just need to change anything or like. And now I like go there and it's like I don't really need to change anything. It's like my carb ratio, everything's the same. I just need to like give myself more insulin when I eat snacks or like something like that. So it's just like been way less stressful like going to the doctor now. And I think we all pretty much feel the same way with our endocrinologist now.
Well, I feel like with the same kind of thing with our parents, it's the same with our doctors too is like we're just very independent.
Yeah.
And so being able to like allowed to do that with like my doctor support is so nice. Like I can just call my nurse and be like, oh, I'm doing it. I'm going to switch over to Omnipod. Like no questions asked. She's like, oh yeah, you think that's what's best for you? Like, let's like talk it through. Like she never is just like she's just very, very supportive of all of us.
That's really nice. Cause I'm like switching to one that I'm going to in November now that I've heard she's great, but the other ones have gone through. I'm like,
yeah, we really lucked out.
Yeah.
Like,
and I've heard like a lot of challenges.
So I know like the endo, but like Sophia, for you, since you were the last one diagnosed. Oh my gosh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, that was weird. My thing like glitched. Did you feel like when you were diagnosed, everybody was like, no, you need to do this because like everybody had it, and then you were like, oh my God, everybody's trying to help me, and it's a lot.
Yeah, I'd say like my siblings were like understanding because they knew what it was, but like the endocrinologists, like they just didn't really help. Like they're very like, you need to do this now and like change, and it's just like medicine, like it just like wasn't the best like environment of the endocrinologists.
Yeah. Well, I think what was really terrible, because I also went and got diagnosed up at Madison Medical. Yeah.
No, Madison Medical is the one here in Milwaukee. It's just called Madison Medical. But it's like,
okay. Well,
Madison's Children's Hospital. Yeah.
Well, I went and got diagnosed at Madison or whatever by the same endocrinologist. And it was just like very intimidating going through the diagnosis process there, because you literally like get handed like pamphlets on pamphlets, and you talk to like a pump trainer, you talk to a nutritionist, you talk to like you talk to all sorts of people, and it's like, oh my gosh, like I'm just one person. And even Anna, who is in between us, when she got diagnosed, like, or not when she got diagnosed, a follow-up appointment after she got diagnosed, like still like this is something that has like stuck with her to this day. Like she still has not gotten over this. Is like she saw a nutritionist when she was it was a Medtronic pump trainer. That's what it was. It wasn't even like a nutritionist. And they were going through their pump settings together when she was 8 years old. And she said to her, oh my gosh, you're giving yourself this much insulin? That's not right. You're definitely eating way too much. And like that started on a down spiral. Right. Like it's like you don't know like the things you're saying, like that's like gonna be in our brain forever.
Yeah.
Like
she still struggles with it to this day.
Yeah.
Well, it's like also like at Madison, like you never went through an appointment without seeing like 7 people telling you what to do, and they're like all different things, and none of them are on the same page at all. And like you have never been to an appointment without like changing something on your pump or something they have to say that you're not doing right.
Yes, that's my pet peeve. And me and Dobie talk a lot about like how you have to find out what works for you. Like Dobie was on insulin and then got off of it.
I got off. I thought the doctor would be mad about it, and he said, "Oh, hey, great, good for you." I thought, well, you could have told me that. I thought I was sneaking around. I felt good. So yeah, they could communicate a little bit better, type 1 or type 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just
even with we have an uncle actually who is he got diagnosed at like early 20s, and they told like he's type 1, but they like have just demanded like that, like they barely give him, like they're like, oh, because he's like what 50 late 50s now, and they just constantly disregard, and they're like, oh well, it's type 2, there are plenty of other things you could be doing. But like he got a type 1 diagnosis when he was like 20. He shouldn't be treated any differently no matter what the type is. And like he's just had so many struggles in the medical field with it, and it's so ridiculous.
It's like we're freaks. I mean, I got diagnosed in my late 40s, and I'm in my late 50s now, and the same thing. It's like a lot of reading. You just said it. They give you a pamphlet. Okay, figure it out.
Well, right, and you're like, what?
What do I do? Exactly. Now, Sami's parents are absolutely fantastic. I met them both. Your parents, I haven't met them. I hope to meet them, but they sound fantastic. I'm by myself, a lone apple on the tree. I didn't know who to call, who to ask, and you Google stuff. Yeah, and it's like I'm scared to death. I thought it was a death sentence. So it's just good to have the community. That's why we have the podcast. So hopefully we can reach out to other people who are just newly diagnosed and scared. But I got to believe that there's got to be some comfort there with your sisters and brothers, knowing that, okay, we're all in this together.
Yeah, absolutely. We always tell people, like, our big thing is like, we're so blessed to have this family of diabetics. We want everyone else to feel like We're your brothers and sisters too.
Yeah, cool. Well, I'm so jealous. I'm like, that's so fun. I'm like, are you guys just all like, so whose fun. Pump is that? Or like, whose?
Yeah, no, like 3 a.m. Like, oh, one Dexcom. Oh, another one. Oh, I'll go do these box.
So it's like you guys all in the morning. Like, do you guys? Okay, yeah. I know because obviously you guys have your Instagram and it's a bit like you guys have a big page that it's so awesome, so everybody gets to see. But on a regular basis, like when you're at home, like how often is it talked about?
I would say.
You know, some people are like not shy, but they just do it. Or they're like they don't talk about it.
We never talked about it. Like we never talked about it. Like as a family, never. No one ever said anything.
But I feel like we always.
But now we always like.
Or
it's just like
we're all out to dinner and then one of us orders like a root beer. We're like, oh, did you give yourself insulin? Like,
but like
are you really
5 years ago, no one would have said that.
Yeah,
you wouldn't have said
really.
Anything.
So it was when you guys started your Instagram.
Yeah, like now we constantly are like, oh, like talking about our blood sugars. Like we share our Dexcoms with each other now. Like never would we have ever been like that before. We were always just so like, you don't get to know. Like it's my stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
some of us are so kind of like that, I think.
Yeah, like some of us.
It's so weird to think like I wouldn't have imagined like me changing my sister's pump.
Yeah.
It's so weird, really.
She's like, let me change it.
Yeah, like no, like doing everything together, like it's just like I know how to change a tandem and I don't have a tandem. Like it's just like you never would have expected.
Yeah. Your poor brothers that are just don't have it.
We did a video with them once. It's on our page. It's so funny.
I would be like, yeah, I gave one of my friends a shot because she was really curious. And I did. She said, ow! I was like, did you just squeal from one insulin shot?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, all right.
There's the crib. Get in it, baby.
I know, honestly, though. Well, we have a question of the pod that we like to ask. And so the question of the pod is, do you have a sibling with diabetes? And we like everybody who listens to answer, and then they can answer on Instagram. Obviously, you guys have 5. Otherwise,
now, I got to believe that there's got to be a world record here. Seriously.
We could probably share a few, I guess.
Yeah. Can someone give me one? I'll take one. I'll swap my sister out. You guys can have a normal person. I'll have a diabetic person.
Yeah, you can rent her. We'll rent
a sibling. Exactly.
I have a cousin that has it, but which is nice. But I'm always like, wow, it'd be really fun to have a sibling with it. Be like, go in her room at night and make her alarm go off or something funny.
Well, thanks for making. Again, we all say we like to have fun, but not make fun. And I know you guys kept it light and funny, and hopefully someone listening that's afraid, they can say, well, if the Kriegers can do it, I can do it too. And you guys were great guests. We really thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. This was such a great opportunity. We love talking to you guys and meeting both of you.
Well, we'd love to have you guys come back on. Yeah.
Absolutely. You'll have to talk to Anna.
Yeah, we can have her.
Maybe we
and then
get the non-diabetics on.
I was thinking that about being like, how do you feel?
They would probably they would probably have a lot to say.
Wait, we should do that. You should ask them if they'd be open because we totally would do it like next week.
Yeah, absolutely. No, there's so many of us and we're all so different too.
I love that though. That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so where can people find you then?
You can find us on Instagram and TikTok. I think we might have a Facebook lingering around there at Kriegers, KRUEGERS +T1D.
Amazing. Great. Yay. So go follow them. I also think your guys' TikToks are so funny. I laugh a lot in your reels. And then you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at JustMyTypePod _ Facebook at JustMyTypePod and our hashtag JustMyTypePod. But again, thank you guys so much for coming on. It was so fun. That was like such an interesting episode.
That was a great episode.
I'm excited. This will be a good one.
It will be a great one, and plus with Milwaukee in the house representing the 414 area code, Sami. We had some guests on from California, and they were fantastic. But the Kriegers are my homegirls.
Yes.
Go Packers, go. Sorry, I know Sami's a Cowboys fan, but I still love her. Anyway, we gotta go. That's what we do. We're out of time. Sami, how do people get a hold of us?
I told them. Don't worry,
did you?
Dobie.
Okay, sorry, I gotta edit this thing. Let's put the sugar-free cherry on the healthy Sunday one last time.
Say la vie, baby.
This is the Just My Type podcast.